Second, I decided to film this video. My computer and Wi-Fi decided to just break, so that's how my night's going. Tons of you guys asked me to read my Common App essay and my supplements, so that is what we're doing now. I also wrote, not quite an essay, but I did write in my additional information section, and I'll go over what I wrote in that at the end. My Common App essay is no amazing work of literature, but I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I genuinely think that it's real, it's me, and it's one of my defining stories. I'm no genius, but I'm very passionate and enthusiastic about what I do, and that's really what I try to show in this essay. In elementary school, I was really smart. I was in the gifted program and all that, but then in middle school, total 180, it was a disaster. And then at the very end of 8th grade, I just suddenly fell in love with science, and ever since that moment, it's really been a defining thing in my life. And in this essay, I tell that story. I briefly go into the moment I fell in love with science, but what I really try to focus on is how it has shaped me into the person I am today and the person who I want to be. When I submitted my essays early, I did not submit it with a title. If I had had to apply to regular decision schools, the title of my essay would be A Volcanic Revelation. Here we go. Prompt 5. Discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of yourself or others. February 11th, 2014. This date has since been claimed by my calendar as my science anniversary. Snow gently touched my window as I filled out a worksheet about the fiery nature of shield, cinder cone, and composite volcanoes. Aside from the juxtaposition of the moment, this day lacked anything particularly interesting. Out of nowhere, I abruptly felt as if an actual light bulb switched on above my head. The idea that completed the circuit is unbeknownst to me, but I do know that those volcanoes made something click. I was overcome with curiosity. My perception of life suddenly broadened into something infinite. Astronomy was our next unit. There's arguably no better field to foster a newborn thinker. I soon found that there were explanations or theories that attempted to explain literally anything and everything that could cross my mind. Intrigued, my thirst for questions became insatiable. The hours would creep into the early mornings as I stayed awake, captivated by online solar system models, documentaries on quantum theory, and YouTube videos on beautifully complex topics. Is your red the same red as my red? Can we really touch anything? Where was the Big Bang? I fell in love with asking these endless questions and delving into the science that could answer them. The aspect of science that both excited and comforted me the most was the idea that I could spend my whole life learning, researching, engineering, and innovating, yet I would never have all the answers. Since then, my curiosity has expanded in all directions. I am now mesmerized by the magic of statistics, fascinated by the prospects of genetic engineering, allured by the power of digital art, and obsessed with the aesthetics of writing. But no matter the broadness of my intellectual pursuits, each always falls back on science. Science provides me with the understanding that I crave. I see myself in college and beyond, researching and engineering and fighting for solutions. I want to find the best form of gene therapy and map each neuron in the human brain, all the while heightening scientific literacy by sharing with the public the beauty of discovery. Unlocking the secrets of the universe makes me feel strong and alive. When I march around a classroom with my heeled black boots and one of my leather jackets and I successfully build an argument backed by legitimate experimentation and analysis, I feel powerful. When a student I tutor or a friend I have asks me to explain a phenomenon and I can provide an answer, I feel confident. When I walk into my physics classroom and remember that I am the only girl in the room, I don't feel insecure. I feel proud of how I've pushed myself to follow my passions. Above all, when I look up at the stars and the layers that separate me from the infinity, I feel as though if I jump high enough or stare hard enough, I can ascend through the layers of atmosphere and just exist in the vibrant emptiness of space, flying through the stars, moving on a blanket of nothing and everything. In acknowledging the grandeur of the universe, I feel immense. My mind has grown to run an endless loop of interrogatives. Everything around me, everyone I meet, every word I read, every number I see, everything gets woven into the loop. Rather than causing me to swell with anxiety, the constant exchange of questions and conclusions comforts and energizes my soul. Call it coincidence or call it fate. But in late 2015, the United Nations officially established the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. The date chosen was February 11th. In a world full of unknowns, science is my solace. It's my inspiration, my passion, and my strength. and I cannot wait to make it my future. Just watched footage and my hat was covering my face during most of that. Super into the essay, trust me. Emotion was there. You couldn't see it because of the hat, but it was there. The best college essay advice I've ever heard was, if your essay fell on the floor of your school and somebody picked it up, they would immediately know it was yours. Your essay should be written in such a way that it could not be anybody else's. It's yours, it's you, it's only you. I'm quickly going to go over my other essays and my additional information section. The Why Dartmouth one is 100 words or less, and the other supplement is 250 to 300 words, so 2 very short supplements. The Why Dartmouth one is self-explanatory, why do you want to go to the school, and the other one focuses more on who you are and what you value and what maybe a unique experience in your life was that isn't represented anywhere else in your Common App. The questions range from what brings you joy, what inspires your curiosity, share a moment when your actions were motivated solely by kindness, that kind of stuff. Really cute, actually. So I'm just going to read my Why Dartmouth one. It's 100 words or less, really short. So mine was 99 words. Nice. After exploring the history in Ronner Library, seeing the calm beauty of the Life Sciences greenhouse, and accidentally finding Bartlett Tower, I knew that Dartmouth is where I belong. Every student I encountered was so welcoming and energetic. The latter was particularly prominent later at the homecoming game against Yale. At Dartmouth, I feel as though I can take any place on campus and make it home. At Dartmouth, I can thrive as a scientist and innovator while also gaining effective communication skills for the internet age by pursuing a digital arts minor. At Dartmouth, everything feels right. So, super simple. You know, I had other versions of this that were more emotional and more detailed, but there's a lot of stuff I wanted to say, but it's only 100 words, and 100 words is way less than you feel like it is. The biggest advice I can give for the why insert school here question is just be honest. You know, mention specific programs if you want, but if you toured the school, talk about what made you fall in love with it, you know? So the prompt I chose to answer for my supplement was prompt D. 20 years ago, the world met Harry Potter and his companions. One of the more memorable lines from the J.K. Rowling series was spoken by Albus Dumbledore. Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. What ideas or experiences bring you joy? As I said before, this was 250 to 300 words, and I'm actually not going to read mine because it's a very personal story. I cried writing it. If you cry while you're writing an essay, that's a good sign. I took a risk with this essay. When I wrote this essay, my goal was to show how I perceive the world, but also mention specific experiences that I went through growing up that changed my life, you know, and changed my perspective. Sorry, I'm not reading that one. It's just very personal, and it has some details that I don't want the internet to know about. Yeah. You're writing essays. I think it's very helpful to have a goal in mind, like what is the purpose of your essay? Why are you writing this? What do you want the reader to feel after they read this? So a lot of people don't make use of the additional information section. I think my additional information section had a positive impact on my application. It was a last minute thing that I added like the day of or the day before I submitted my application. There were all of these things that I didn't think were expressed anywhere else in my application that I thought that were important things that I had accomplished. You can use your additional information section for anything. I heard one guy like about his humor, like his sense of humor. The first section, I just clarified some irregularities on my transcript. I skipped a few classes in high school, and I taught them to myself over the summer to just like make up time so I could take like more challenging classes at a younger level. So I just explained that whole situation. And then for my other section of my additional information, I wrote, as you can hopefully tell from the rest of my application, I care deeply about science. In addition to the pursuit of science, helping others learn it is also very important to me. I've spent my entire high school career trying to expand my school's science program. Following are a few examples, and then I just go on to list various ways in which I have tried to expand my school's science program. Just finished it off with a quick sentence. I believe that an understanding of STEM is a vital skill for the present and the future. I've tried my best to create an environment at my school that shares this perspective. Because I have, and you know what, this didn't fit anywhere else on my application, but I thought it was important.
When did this fall? I'm sorry, that must have been ugly. Stay, please. So, it fell again.
Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was at least a little helpful. Good luck if you're finishing your applications. A lot of people asked about my activities section. I don't think I'm going to have time to make a video that will go over that, and I'm really sorry, but Josh Beasley actually has a really helpful video on it. I'll link that down below. His video really helped me out when making mine. I really liked the format that he set his up in, and it's kind of how I modeled mine as well. Okay, bye!